Welcome to my latest quick draft of New Capenna. So this is number 4. Let's see, so far we've gone 2-3, 5-3 and 3-3. So we're doing okay. About 50-50 overall. And we have pretty decent rare here, Tenacious Underdog. Definitely grab that. I'm building my collection, so I am going to be doing some rare drafting, it is fair to say. Now the tip I've read about this draft, you're looking for ally colours. You don't want to commit to a 3-colour family too early. And we're definitely playing Tenacious Underdog, and this is obviously with the Blitz ability from the graveyard. That's quite a heavy black component. That's double black. So definitely, I'm going to say right now, black is one of our colours. You want to pair that up with an ally colour. So we'd be looking at red or blue to pair up with, and that gives you various things you can. Gives you various possibilities that you can branch out into. You might go black, red, blue for the Maestros, for example. But you can still go black, red, green for the Riveteers. If I chose red, there's also black, blue, and white for the Obscura. There's quite a few opportunities. And whilst I've been talking about that, I have out of the corner of my eye, I did notice a rather good card. It's called Murder. It's pretty straightforward. It is another heavily black card, but I think if you've already got one heavy black card, it's not so bad to take a second one. And this is probably the best card in the pack as well. It's worth looking at these uncommons. So these have some interesting things. So I think Ballroom Brawlers is okay. It's a decent late game creature. It does some cool things. Sweeping Protector. I did run into this. This took out one of my small flyers early game. I was swinging in with. Yeah, it gets a shield counter, so it's pretty good. It's a creature and it's a removal spell. Not bad at all, this card. Definitely worth considering. That's the Luxurious Libation. This is a pretty good combat trick. I mean, it's I do remember the early days of Magic, and with Fireball, and there was a card, Howl from Beyond, which it was black and X and gives target creature plus X plus 0 at instant speed. So this is the Howl from Beyond of 2022, basically. Except it's also pumping toughness, and it's making a citizen as well. So it's like a much improved version of that card, and that card, Howl from Beyond, was feared back in the day, in my very casual playing circle. So, and I kind of lost to this card in my last draft. I think somebody did something like a 6.1. Didn't actually kill me. Got me down to 2 life, and then he could win next turn quite easily. So I think don't underestimate this card. I tend to not play combat tricks, so maybe I've overlooked this card in the past, but I think I've got to consider it a bit more. But I don't think we go for it here. I think the Murder is still the best thing to go for. This is a good card. This is effectively a creature that's also a removal spell. It's Flying Death Touch. Probably the Swooping Protector has the advantage here. That's probably slightly better than Midnight Assassin. It's got that flash ability. Murder. And we've got, if you wanted to go red, these are 2 pretty good red creatures as well. Not so keen on this guy. Civil Servant's pretty good, but it's 2 different colours. This is a bit of late game creature with some early game mana fixing and the Obscura storefront. But of course, we are just going to pick Murder. So we're going to be heavily, heavily into black. Now, I think I see at least one other removal spell here, but this is Riveteers Charm. Okay. Now, I thought this was the one that does 5 damage for a second. This is the one, it forces your opponent to sack a creature or planeswalker they control with the highest mana value amongst creatures and planeswalkers. So that's a pretty good sort of diabolic edict effect, forcing sacrifice. It's probably going to hit their most dangerous thing. Probably. It's got a better chance. It's slightly better than a diabolic edict. This has also basically got a kind of draw 3 effect, but it's like you can only play them till the end of your next end step. So you want to play that at the end of your opponent's turn, and hopefully you draw 1 land and 2 playable cards. But I guess even if you can play 2 of the cards, that's pretty good. Or you can exile a graveyard. So if your opponent has a Tenacious Underdog, you could get rid of it. So I think that's quite good, but it involves going into 3 colours quite early. So the chance of me still being in Riveteers colours at the end of this is kind of low. Now, Brazen Upstart, this is a good card, but it's in 3 colours. It means splashing 3 colours we're not in at the moment, so I don't think we can do that. We're very heavily committed to black already after 2 cards. And we don't have many black cards. We've got Dig Up the Body here, which is okay. I think that's just an okay card. That's like a D tier card, I would say. You probably take it late. So we've got a choice. We could pair up with another colour. I think we could get High Rise Swordjack, Chaldea Strongarm, but then that's if we go green, the only family with black and green is going to be Riveteers. So that's committing to Riveteers in a way. If we were to go red, then we can still go Riveteers or black, red, blue, which is the Maestros. So, and Wrecking Crew is just a pretty good card, I would say. It's like it's another creature that's basically, it's got reach, so it's going to be a removal spell for one of their flyers, effectively. I like it better than Dig Up the Body. If we took something like, a white card like Kill Shot again, that's their enemy colours, so the only family with white and black is the Obscura. So we'd be committing to Obscura a little bit. I think we've got to decide, is Riveteers Charm good enough that we can take a 3-colour card? Because it's a solid removal card. Or do we take the Wrecking Crew here, which is okay? And we have to decide, is Dig Up the Body pretty good? You can sort of, if we can get a token out and sacrifice it, we get we mill 4 cards and get 2 creatures back. And I think, so Dig Up the Body might wheel around. So you add 8 onto the pick number. And so pick 11. I reckon good chance we'll get a Dig Up the Body. Pick 11. I think it's like it's a case of Wrecking Crew feels like sensible, solid choice. Riveteers Charm is a bit of a reach. But I think let's go Riveteers Charm. Let's have a bit of a reach and see if it works out. Oh, I see the Riveteers Overlook. So that will support our strategy a bit. We don't see This is not a good red card in my opinion. There are no... Oh, there is a good black card. Now I see it. Deal gone bad. So that's that's just good removal. I think we go for that. Green cards here. Voice of the Vermin's pretty good. It's green, so it commits us to Riveteers. Whereas this is just a good removal spell. Okay. Brass Knuckles. I've seen this a few times now. So that's a way of getting double strike on a creature. 4 mana is quite expensive. I haven't seen anyone using this, to be honest. Kill shot again, Rooftop Nuisance. Right, so an out-and-out black card here, Revel Ruiner. So usually you connive, it's a 4/2. And we do have a card we can discard now in the Underdog. And I do come up against this card. People definitely use this. I think it's not too bad. Ready to Rumble's more removal, 5 damage, but it's 5 mana removal is a bit expensive. I would say. I used to grab every removal card I could see, but I think I'm a bit more discerning now. I think, yeah, we don't have to take that. Got the Sawjack if we're going green. Masked Bandits is going to mana fix a bit for if we want to go Riveteers. So that's quite a good one. It's also a big menace creature like the Ruiner, but it's 6 mana instead of 4 mana. So it's not amazing. I think maybe Revel Ruiner isn't amazing either. So I think we'll take the Masked Bandits. It's just a bit of emergency mana fixing that could work out for us. And we see something that's pretty good. So Midnight Assassin, good black card. Plasma Jockey is a good red card as well. But I think we're we're sort of removal tribal, really. I think maybe the more removal you have, the better. It can kind of be a bit of a strategy. Okay. We have some Descent. So Corpse Appraiser is a fantastic Maestro's card. So it gives you card advantage. It's just a 3/3 for 3. You get card advantage as long as you can exile a creature from the graveyard. Really, really, really good. Corrupt Court Official is good. Not so bothered about Cutthroat Contender. Shattered Seraph. Because that would be another direction. But yeah, it's a very expensive creature. It's a 7 mana, 7 drop. So Maestro's Initiate is very good. So another card that you might discard with Connive, and then when you run out of steam late game, mana sink to draw and discard. Really good common. So it's between sort of the really good common, maybe the solid 2-drop, and the card advantage card in some slightly different colours. I think Corpse Appraiser is just a bit too good to pass up. So we'll see which way we want to go. But it looks like it's going to be a black-red core. We either want to add blue to it or green. And what's quite nice, we're seeing some more black cards. The land doesn't help us too much. Court Official is solid. Another solid 2-drop. This is a 4-mana card draw card. Scry 2 and draw 2 and lose 2 life. I think it's quite good. But if you're on the draw, you're under a lot of pressure. I feel like these 4-mana card draw cards are, especially when you're losing 2 life, they're maybe a bit too slow. Maybe you don't really want to play them. Riveteers Charm is kind of a better one because you've got the choice between using it as remove or card draw. And I like the Chrome Cat, so it's a very simple card. It gives you 1 point of scry, and it's a 3-drop. But I think Court Official is the best one here. It's often quite a scramble to get enough decent 2-drops together, so I think we take a decent 2-drop here. Okay, so we've kind of established we're probably a black-red core, so there is Goldhound here, which it's a 1-drop that I quite like. With all black cards, are we just splashing red, or are we going to have a significant red component, is the question. The other option is another Masked Bandits. I think I want the option of just having a lot of good red cards, so we'll go for the Goldhound. And then you kind of want, in a way, I want Exhibition Magician to sort of start building up my red base a bit. You see, I could always just drop. I don't have to play the Goldhound. I could drop it and just splash the other things, because Midnight Assassin goes with my black removal theme. I think that's just a very good 3-drop. Right, now Wrecking Crew, very splashable red card because it's 5 mana. I'm not sure if we're going green yet, so I think we know we're definitely going red. So we prefer this Reach creature, even though this is nice and cheap. I think there's just nothing here of too much interest. That said, I lost a game against a tempo deck using this card, Majestic Metamorphosis. Yeah, it's a solid cantrip. You make one of your creatures a 4/4 flying. So this might be fantastic, because it was fantastic. Yeah, the guy had 2 of these, and basically got a 2-for-1 both times he used it. So maybe this is fantastic. Let's try it out. Right, so solid black card or green card we might not. That's a colour we might not even be playing. I think. Yeah, we'll just go for. This is just a solid 4-drop, I think. And sideboard that. So that's kind of. We could play all these cards, but we can narrow things down a bit. As I say, we are rare drafting. We are just taking this rare and this rare as well. And this rare as well, even though it's I know it's the worst one in the set for draft, and this rare as well. 4 rares in a row. That's certainly quite interesting. Well, let's just recap what we got there, because we got Riveteers Ascendancy. This goes with a sacrifice deck. Whenever you sacrifice a creature, you can bring something back with less than mana from the graveyard once per turn. That seems like good value if we can find a sacrifice outlet. I don't think we have that yet. It's when you sacrifice a creature, not when my opponent sacrifices something. So, interesting card. Evolving Door, I think this is another very interesting card, but might not be playable. So, sack a creature, count the colours. Search your library for a creature card with exactly that many colours +1. So, I guess a colorless creature, you could get any monocolor creature from your deck. And that's really interesting. It doesn't have to be like, you know, it doesn't specify a mana value. Good way of, like, yeah, if you have we don't have any dual color creatures, but it's a good way of getting out masked bandits. Alright, but here's the problem. You may cast the exiled card. Activate only as a sorcery. Right, it's not, yeah. That's a shame, yeah. So you can't, it's not completely broken, basically. You get to exile the card, and you may cast it. So it doesn't say till end of turn, though. And it is sorcery speed. So I guess it just exiles with it Evolving Door, and you can play at any time that's convenient. Interesting. So anyway, so that would be in the Riveteers idea. I think we just sideboard the Kiada. That's not something that's going to be happening. How about Cemetery Tampering? I think on balance that's not going to be happening either. Nice idea, but maybe not. Right, now let's actually look at this this set now. So blue might be playing blue. We've got the Corpse Appraiser is really good, but he's kind of fighting against Riveteers Ascendancy, Riveteers Charm, Evolving Door, and Masked Bandits in green. Which I would say Riveteers Charm is good. The rest are just kind of dubious, between dubious and okay. I think both of these may be a bit dubious. Masked Bandits is sort of okay, but these might be fantastic. We'll see how it turns out. Broker's Veteran would be a cheap blue creature. We think that's a good one. Good 2-drop. How do we sacrifice things? Well, there's a keyword called Casualty, which lets you sacrifice things. I don't think we have any other casualty cards. So that would work with our Riveteers Ascendancy. That might be very cool. It's kind of a 2-mana red thing. It's, you know, you could sack your underdog to this to do 4 damage or hit 2 creatures. One thing you've got to remember, this is sorcery speed. It is a bit slow. So that goes with a few things. It's more removal as well. So cheap green creature. I don't know if we're going in that direction. Could work. One tricky thing is just have the sheer number of creatures. We might just not have enough creatures at the end of the day. Ominous Parcel might be very important for fixing. This also does 4 damage, but only when you've got 5 mana available, so... Right. Creature card with lesser mana value. So you kind of, when you sacrifice, you usually want to sacrifice a 2-drop, and then there's not many options for bringing stuff back. It's pretty much the Goldhound. What you want is a nice 3-drop to sacrifice and bring back Corrupt Court Official, so they discard another card. And sacrificing at instant speed is really powerful, of course, in response to your opponent's removal, which you can't do with Light Them Up. But yeah, sacking a Revel Ruiner to bring back Corpse Appraiser would be really good. If that, you know, if we're going 4 colours. We're getting into the into the weeds here. I think this is yeah. I could kind of mess myself up by focusing too hard on Riveteers Ascendancy. I think it'd be kind of cool to make this work. So I think, and I tend to err in favour of the kind of cool thing. So let's go for the casualty card. Okay, I've tried the bookcase. This is surprisingly good. Right, Crocodile. We've got another Deal Gone Bad. So another removal spell in black. Takes out lots of things. We've got the mana fixing from the parcel, which is going to get increasingly important. We've only got mana fixing with Masked Bandits. Can we skip a Deal Gone Bad? I don't think so. I think we'll take a Deal Gone Bad as well. Oh, now Pyre-Sledge Arsonist. Right. Works with sacrifice. So yeah, direct damage. Works with sacrificing treasures as well. Do we have many treasures to sacrifice? I'm not sure. We've got Goldhound. We don't have a lot of things to sacrifice. Evolving Door is a sacrifice outlet. Remember that. Oh my goodness, yeah. Evolving Door. I was talking about Riveteers Ascendancy, and I went on to talking about Evolving Door. I didn't connect the two here. So this is our sacrifice outlet. The sacrifice creature doesn't get exiled. Yeah, okay, we have a very cool combo here, I think. Another Riveteers charm is pretty good, and we're more committed to Riveteers. Another Ominous Parcel, another Midnight Assassin. But I think the coolest card here is Pyre-Sledge Arsonist. I want to kind of make this guy work as well. I think, yeah, an Ominous Parcel. Cool, there are so many Ominous Parcels. But do we take another Corrupt Court Official? Yes. I think we take it over the parcel. I think we need, yeah, we always need more 2-drops and more sacrifice fodder as well, I think. Okay, Initiate, Demon's Due, Halo Scarab. It's that sort of. So this is quite good. That's a 2-drop. It's a sacrifice outlet. Riveteers Overlook is mana fixing. Realistically, I don't think I'm going to. I can't resist this combo, so I think I'm committed to Riveteers. I think probably we'll probably drop the blue part of the deck. Even though Corpse Appraiser is pretty amazing. In fact, that's the blue part of the deck here is going to distract me. So we'll just take those out now. It's between Halo Scarab, so this is also fixing, but it's also a 2-drop, which is I feel like that's kind of a good argument for it. As good as Riveteers Overlook is, it gives me a treasure. I think this, however, these lands sacrifice themselves, so this goes well with Pyre-Sledge Arsonist. I think there should be at least another Halo Scarab later on. I don't think there'll be that as many Riveteers Overlooks. So, yeah, we grab the land here. So we kind of need 6 more cards to complete a deck. Graveyard Shift. You can play it as an instant. Just do a creature count. There's only 10 creatures in the deck at the moment because we've got so much removal. Kind of interesting. Sizzling Soloist. Now this is pretty good, and this is kind of a splashable red card, I suppose. Let's see, it's got an alliance ability that makes things unable to block, and that's usually what's going to happen. The second trigger forces an attack on something. I'm going to be a creature light deck. I might only have 12 creatures. So this might not be good from that point of view. Well, we're not going to get the probably the double alliance thing from it. But this is pretty aggressive and pretty good, and it's a creature. I don't think we can ignore creatures. I think security bypass is very high risk. Gilded Pinions is good. It gives something flying. Again, gives you a treasure token, so something else to sacrifice. So it's good from that point of view. But Soloist is just solid. Right. Okay, good 2-drop creature. We have the Goldhound Mayhem Patrol combo. If we have this, we've already got a Revel Ruiner. Suspicious Bookcase is good, so it's just Mayhem Patrol here. You can pump something up as well, and then pump maybe a Court Official to 2/1. Then you sack the Court Official to light them up, which could be quite good. Right, I've got blue cards here. We're not sure. We're probably not playing blue. We've got Join the Maestros. That is another casualty card. Okay. Just because it's a casualty card, that makes this playable, but otherwise this is not very good. But it does make a bit of an army, so that 2/1 Court Official, you sack it, you get 2/4/3 creatures, so yeah. It's definitely something to it. We might just have to play that. Oh, beautiful. Late Ominous Parcel. That is what we want to see. And a late Suspicious Bookcase. That's interesting. That's not prioritized at all. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a 2-drop creature. It's very defensive. We've got some quite aggressive cards, but we're not an aggro deck. We're kind of more of a control-ish deck with control and combo. But if we draw the right cards, we can pressure people early. This is something that can keep us alive and then win us the game late on. Now, of course, we got one of the best Maestros cards, so it looks like blue is back into the equation. Hostile Takeover. It's 3 damage to everything. You can make one of their guys a 1/1, one of yours a 4/4. So, yeah, okay. It's gonna make my life difficult, but that's fine. It's maybe a good problem to have. You can see we've got the Maestro's land at the bottom here, so that's a possibility now. And in fact, we now have a deck, so this is going to be, we've got a land here and 23 cards. So we've got to think in terms of improving the deck now, rather than just having a mad dash for as many playables. 13 creatures, 4 instants, 3 sorceries, 1 enchantment. Right, no, that's not really playable. Okay, the Vampire Scrivener. Life gain and life loss during your turn. So if you remember the black 1-drop, that is a way you can spend life during your turn. I'm not sure if we've got anything like that or any life gain. Yes, we do. We have the Underdog, which we can pay life into. It's a 5-drop. It's got flying, so that's in its favour. It's sort of like the Wrecking Crew, but it is just a 2/2 when it comes into play. 2/2 flying for 5. You kind of need a combo to make this better. You'd want at least a 3/3 flyer for 5 mana, I would say. Yeah, well, I don't think it's pack. We're into pack 3. We don't have anything amazing. We don't have an amazing setup for this card. We're not going to pick up an amazing setup for this card. It's pretty unlikely. We don't have life gain. Yeah, we've got to ignore this card, really. Right, Obscura Charm is just, we can't splash for that. Got some blue cards here, which might come back into consideration. There's a blue-black card here, if we are, but I think probably we just splash for Hostile Takeover. I don't know if we're not going to go for cheap blue-black cards. It's a bit too late for that. Plasma Jockey, I think, is the card. I think that's pretty aggressive, pretty useful. I think it's an upgrade to Suspicious Bookcase. I don't think we're a bookcase deck because we've already got kind of we've got some menace things happening, and we've got removal. So that's our strategy is really we're going to blow up blockers, and so they don't have enough to stop our menace creatures. So this guy just fits into the deck really well. Also, Blitz, things get sacrificed at end step. That can fuel our Arsonist. That can fuel our Ascendancy, which is very exciting. Oh, it's really good with the Riveteers Ascendancy, so because it's going to look at the overall casting cost of the creature, which is 4. When it dies at the end of turn, I'm going to get a 3-drop back from the graveyard, probably a Midnight Assassin, or it could be a court official. So I think that should work quite well. Now we've got another tough decision. So another Corpse Appraiser. I don't know if we can go for 4 colours. I'd really like the Corpse Appraiser here. But I think we've made our decision. Just splash for Takeover. If we play it, I think we should play it. And just we've got the black-red core going. We've got some interesting green splashes. This is another thing that fills up your graveyard as well. It's kind of a self-mill card. Because I do see the body dropper here. We are a sacrifice deck. We are focusing on black-red, so this is a really good 2-drop for the deck. There's also Witty Roastmaster, but we're not a creature-heavy deck. Alliance isn't the best mechanic for us, so I think it's the body dropper, isn't it? Right, so black cards, Crooked Custodian, just a solid 2-drop for 2 mana, 3/2 for 2. We've also got Dig Up the Body for a bit of a bit more graveyard manipulation, and it's more casualty. So this is kind of the combo option here. Got 2 Corrupt Court Officials as fuel in a way, and a Goldhound. Yeah, that just seems like a very good combo card. I think maybe we're good in the 2 slot. Well, we're not that good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures. Early removal spell. Got a 1-drop creature as well. I think it's playable. I think I like this as a kind of a combo card for my sacrifice strategy. It's not a strategy I've tried before, so I think going into it as heavily as we can might be a good idea. Right. Now, we've got a lot of blue cards here, which we're going to ignore. We do have a decent green card. We don't know if we're kind of splashing green at the moment. We've got the Fixer creature for the Maestros, which that's pretty good. But we've also got Riveteers Overlook. That is going to help us splash green. We've got this interesting, because we've got this interesting sideline in green. I think that's the one we go for, because obviously we are just improving our deck now. We've got enough cards for a deck. Improving the mana base is better at this point, I think. Right. Another casualty card. Kind of, yeah, this is almost like one of these emergency land cards that you want to dig for land to solve your mana problems early on. Might be quite good. And late game it could be very good. We also have something here. We have a Goldhound. Can we play 2 Goldhounds is a good question. This is something also, you can sacrifice it for mana. It's mana fixing. It's helping us splash our green. It's fueling our Pyre-Sledge Arsonist. It won't do anything for Riveteers Ascendancy because there are no 0-cost creatures. But it will boost our body dropper. Yeah, it's the obvious choice. It fits into the deck. I think you can definitely get away with 2 Goldhounds. I think that's okay. Right, this is a really good card. We're not playing it. Quite like the briefcase, but again, 2-drop in a splash color. No, thank you. We can't play that. So it's definitely the Plasma Jockey. Really good card. Actually, we're getting some late creature picks. We can go for a sort of a stronger creature base here, which is quite interesting. Right. Cement Shoes, Obscure Initiate, Jackhammer, Socialite. So yeah, we can't play the cheap green creature on curve very easily. I think Halo Scarab is good here. Brokers gets us Forest Plains Island, so if we wanted to splash blue, this helps us find our splash colours, which I'm gonna say that's interesting, and I'm tempted to go for that rather than Halo Scarab, because this is just improving the mana base. We don't have to drop a card from the main deck for it. What would we drop for Halo Scarab? That's the question you've got to start asking. I think Goldhound is better than Halo Scarab. So I think, yeah, improve the mana base. We might not play this, but it is also another card that sacrifices for our Pyre-Sledge Arsonist. Right. Yeah. Green combat trick, probably not. Some blue cards. That's got casualty 1. But we're not splashing blue very heavily. Illicit Shipment. I think no one plays this card. But I'm probably no different. I probably won't play this card. I think it's fascinating though. But it's obviously it's in a very tight game. Can you afford to kill one of your own power 3 creatures? I'm not sure. In a lot of board situations, you just can't afford to do that. It kind of means you lose the next turn. I mean, well, you don't necessarily lose the game, but they will get through. It'll be costly. They'll get through with a lot of damage. So the card you search for better be worth it. We do have a board sweeper, which, yeah, that could potentially find. I think there's an argument for this card, but yeah, people don't like expensive tutors. This is 5 mana for a tute to get a card, or 5 mana and a creature to get 2 cards. So really interesting though. I kind of want to prove that this is a good card, but I'll probably be unsuccessful. This is a really good 2-drop. Yeah, but yeah, we just don't have enough blue in the deck. I think Ready to Rumble, expensive removal spell, probably won't play it. Daring Escape, red combat trick. Gilded Pinions gives us a treasure, gives us access to flying. It's borderline playable. Sticky Fingers is pretty good. Borderline playable though, I think, because I don't know if we have room for auras. I think we want to. Got so much removal. We only have room after all the removals in the deck. We only have room for creatures. I think you'd play. Yeah, take the bruise there. And the shield mate. Okay. I think we've got some interesting choices to make here. And you can see we've got, 48 cards. We can just for consistency, we could drop all the green cards, maybe the blue card, yeah, and that's kind of the easy solution here. In fact, we'll see what the deck looks like if we do that. And we won't need this for the splash colors. Okay. Then we still need to drop 3 cards. I think, yeah, Pinions won't make the cut. Yeah, I don't think it's kind of a good deck for Sticky Fingers. We've got the 2 Goldhounds and the Mayhem Patrol. That's the perfect kind of start. Sticky Fingers on the Goldhound, but maybe that is. Maybe we'd rather have another creature in the deck. Right, okay, yeah, that's right, we do have Illicit Shipment in the deck, but we don't have taken out the card we would search for, which is almost certainly Hostile Takeover. So, this is the trimmed down black-red version of the deck, which I think that looks like a good deck to me. That probably do quite well. Looks very aggressive. I've just got to decide, can I fit in my cool Riveteers combo? So the Evolving Door Riveteers Ascendancy combo, or the Maestro's Sweeper. So yeah, I think I'll call that end of part 1. I'll have a bit of a think, and there'll be a seamless edit, and I will come back. Right, so thanks for watching so far. Okay, welcome back. So I've decided to go 4 colours. Right, we're going to run Riveteers Ascendancy and Hostile Takeover. Now, we'll just to recap, we do have other options as well, but I don't think Corpse Appraise. I don't think we can afford to play this, because it's going to be a 3/3 that we probably can't play on turn 3. Even though it's also a card advantage, yeah, don't think it's worth playing, because it's just, a lot of the time it'll just be a dead card that gets stuck in our hand, rather than card advantage. If we look at Evolving Door, if we read what this card does exactly, yes, it's a sacrifice outlet, but we only have one 2-color card. We've got the body dropper is black and red, so this literally only finds 1 card in my library, so this is completely unplayable, right? It's a very interesting combo though with Riveteers Ascendancy, but you need it's a build around card with, you need lots of a mixture of monocolor and multicolored creatures, so it's just not the right deck for it. It's more of a constructed card, I think. We dropped the cards. One of the cards we dropped was Ready to Rumble, so it's a 5-mana removal spell. We actually have quite a lot of removal spells in the deck, so I've just cut the most expensive one. I've also cut Masked Bandits. So it's basically an expensive creature. It does a bit of mana fixing for me. It can help me find my green mana, which is one of my splashes. But I don't think it's a good enough reason to play another big creature in the deck when we've got 3 5-drops in the deck already. I think, and I'm not playing Riveteers Charm for the same reason as Corpse Appraiser. It's a 3-mana instant. It can be a nice removal spell, but it will be a dead card quite a lot of the time, and it's only doing one thing. Whereas Riveteers Ascendancy, it's got that trigger which gives me value every time it goes off. So this is more of a bomb that can just give you loads of value in the late game. And we do have a deck built around this, because we've got quite a few casualty. This deck's all about the casualty mechanic. We've got a lot of casualty things. So if we look, we have Light 'em Up, Dig Up the Body, and Illicit Shipment. We've also got a few other things that can sacrifice. Let me think. Yeah, Body Dropper is another sacrifice outlet. Okay, so that's about 4 sacrifice outlets. It's not as many as I thought now I think about it, but yeah. The other thing is Blitz. Blitz, the creature gets sacrificed at the end of the turn. That could also trigger our Ascendancy, so really good with Plasma Jockey, in fact. What else can we blitz? The Mayhem Patrol. So yeah, we'll see how this works out. I do have, because if we're sacrificing a 2-drop like a blitzed Mayhem Patrol, we're only getting a 1-drop out of the graveyard. But we do have a couple of Goldhounds, so we could still potentially get value even if it's just a 2-drop we're sacrificing. So I think there's enough there that I feel this is worth playing, and it could give us quite good value. You might have noticed I mentioned Illicit Shipment. I put this in the deck. Actually, I'll show you what I took out. I took out Join the Maestros. So I thought, this is another casualty card, another source of sacrifice. I guess, this is quite a good card, but it's It's non-essential. It's big. You get probably a couple of big creatures for 5 mana. They don't have evasion. I thought if we're running Hostile Takeover, we want to run a tutor card. This is the one situation, I think, where you can play Illicit Shipment if you do have a board wipe. Because, yeah, there's plenty of times you'll get to 5 mana and you're dead next turn. Not much you can do about that. Sometimes you'll be dead in 2 turns. And this so you can Illicit Shipment, get the Hostile Takeover, and sweep the board and survive. That will happen. But I do want to try this out. I know the reputation of this card is it's probably F tier on all the tier lists, but we're going to try it out. I think it could work in this deck. I'm just interested to see how it performs, and we'll probably recap at the end and decide whether decide if it was a big mistake or not. I guess so there is some cost to going 4 colors. Our mana base is going to be stretched a bit because we are including an island and a forest. So we're down to 6 swamps, 6 mountains. The Brokers Hideout only finds our forest or island, so it's slightly iffy having this in the deck. But another reason I want to play this land is because we also have another reason for another sacrifice payoff. It's Pyre-Sledge Arsonist. He can do damage equal to the number of permanents you've sacrificed this turn, and of course these search lands sacrifice themselves, so it's quite a nice combination. So otherwise we've got 6 swamps, 6 mountains, and 2 Riveteers Overlook, so we've got 8 sources of black and red in the deck, which is okay. 9 would be much safer. 9 is kind of the number you're usually looking for, but it's a bit, obviously with splashing 2 colours it's a bit more difficult. But we can fix things. We've got actually colourless fixing. We've got Ominous Parcel, can search for a basic land. We've got Goldhound in red is a treasure, so that can help with our splash colours. In particular, you don't really want to use your Goldhound to get black mana because everything in the deck, half of the deck is black. So this, I think you want to use this for splash colours usually, or getting out something big and important. And yeah, the Goldhounds can power up the Pyre-Sledge Arsonist as well. So there's a lot of quite interesting little interactions in the deck, and I think it's just a pretty solid deck. I did a count. There's about 10 cards that I would sort of count as removal cards, and that's including things like Midnight Assassin and Wrecking Crew, which are reach creatures. So yeah, you do have a lot of flyers to deal with. So any reach creature is like a removal spell. We've got also about 10 evasion creatures ourselves. So creatures with menace. Pyre-Sledge Arsonist does direct damage to any target. You can go face. And also things like Plasma Jockey and the Sizzling Soloist can stop my opponent's creatures from blocking, so they can help my menace creatures get through, and they can get through themselves. So, and even Wrecking Crew actually has trample. So I feel like we've got a good deck here, and we've got. Also, because we've got this interesting late game combo, we've got some late game value with the Riveteers Ascendancy. So even if the game goes long, maybe we can outvalue my opponent, and hopefully, at the very least, we can survive until the late game because we've got so much removal to just stop my opponent's plans and keep myself alive. So. Anyway, we'll see. I'll probably go 0-3, but we'll try this out. I think I definitely want to try the 4-color version of the deck rather than just playing up, the more boring black-red aggro deck. I think this could be pretty cool. So we're going to swing for the fences a little bit. Right, let's play the game. First round one. Okay. Okay, right. We have one of our splash colours. Brokers Hideout can find the forest. So that's our 2 splash colours. We don't have red, but we have an Ominous Parcel. That can find the red. It looks like we want to go Parcel, Court Official, Midnight Assassin. Seems like the most aggressive run out, so we'll keep these 7 cards. And we've top decked a mountain. Beautiful. So it couldn't be better in terms of our mana fixing. And we've potentially got this turn 5 sweeper if they absolutely run out a huge number of creatures. So that's quite scary, Garligreeters. And it could even grow too large. Well, it could be the hostile takeover target, but we'll do the Corrupt Court Official now, I think. And we do have this decision: do we just run out a Midnight Assassin, or are we just planning hostile takeover turn 5? So we want to kind of preserve our creatures in our hand. Okay, cool. That gets rid of his crowbar. So, yeah, he's running out some creatures. He's going to get through, I would guess, for 2 damage, because he's probably going to pump this up. So we've got to make a calculation here. It's looking like a turn 5 hostile takeover. Do we have to preserve my life total with Midnight Assassin? But what we've got to remember: this thing makes one of my creatures a 4/4. So that's, I think we can have another creature out. I think we can have a Midnight Assassin. Mayhem Patrol, I guess that's only a 1/2 blocker. That's pretty feeble. So, yeah, Midnight Assassin comes out. Court Official could trade with the Magician. And we kind of need a land for hostile takeover. So we can always get that with the parcel if we don't top deck something. Fencer. Okay. Now, so the danger zone here, if he gets 2 creatures to 4 toughness, I can only kill one of them. Yeah, he is definitely going for probably a couple of 4 toughness creatures. So he did not attack. That's very good news. So we'll just, Brokers Hideout. Get the forest in the deck. There it is. So it might even be a better, potentially I could have top decked the forest, and then the Brokers Hideout would have been a dead card. It would it would have been something that sacrifices and gains me a life, I think. So that's maybe something to consider. I think we've got to spend 2 mana to make sure we can get we can hostile takeover next turn. So I think we do nothing here. And then he's got 4 creatures out. He spent 3 cards to do that. If he can play 2 creatures now, he can get this to 4 toughness and this to 4 toughness, which is problematic. But at least he'll have more creatures out that I can blow up. So does he have another creature? He does. Okay, it's more creatures I can blow up. That's the way we've got to look at it. We're going to take, I would say, a lot of damage here. We want to preserve our Midnight Assassin and not block with it, or not trade off with it. Tap treasure token for that guy. Okay. But equally, we could just use the Midnight Assassin to kill one of the 4 toughness creatures. Interesting. Looks like he's not attacking with the big guys. Okay. Don't want to take any damage, we just lose the court official here. Okay. Now we've got lots of double black sources, double black cards in the, so we're going to look for the swamp. And if I calculate correctly, we want to make the Celebrity Fencer a 1/1 and kill that. That's got more potential to get out of control. This can only grow by 1 a turn, but it kind of has also more things it can do. Right, Hostile Takeover, here we go. This is going to be the 1/1. This is going to be the 4/4. Now, he could swing and hit me for 5 next turn, but I'm not worried about that. I think I'm going to swing in for 4, start the beat down. We actually get to see Illicit Shipment. We don't know if we'll use it, but I think, yeah, we could get the Riveteers Ascendancy and see if we can get value out of that. Maybe use the Body Dropper. It could sack the court official. It could sack Midnight Assassin and bring back the court official. Okay, he's got that one. He can nearly pop the briefcase, which would be pretty bad news for me. Okay, we'll hold up mana for the murder. Mana for the murder. We'll see. One way to do it is you wait till their upkeep and do the murder. Do the instant removal, and then if they've got a card to save their dude, they've got to tap their mana for the turn, some of their mana, to save their dude. But I think it's pretty clear to me. I can do, because I can plan my turn better if I know whether that guy's dying or not. So we'll murder him. Try to. Got him. Got him. Okay. I think we just swing in for 1 here. He could have a haste creature, couldn't he? But I'm on 14 life. I feel he's doing something. Okay. Okay, right. That was his card. Okay, that's fine. Use removal. I'll go for a Mayhem Patrol now. And that takes him to 1 colour of mana away from activating the briefcase. That's the kind of the long-term problem I've got. He can draw, if he can draw 3 cards, he's back in the game. And he's top decked a treasure as well. He's got a Goldhound. Right. What's the deal here? Why are you doing this? You've got no cards in hand. What am I missing? He's got no cards in hand. I don't know what I'm missing here, unless that's somehow got Death Touch. Okay. We've actually top decked Riveteers Ascendancy, so that's cool. I think I want to play the body dropper here. I'm going to swing in for 2. I think my long-term prospects are better than his at the moment. He can always swing back and I won't be able to block it. I think it's the body dropper. I think that puts the most pressure on his life total. Just thinking, what about Riveteers Ascendancy combos? Probably playing the Goldhound, sacrificing it, and then sacrificing something else. Could be good. So I think if we play Goldhound, we can hold up mana for Deal Gone Bad. I think that's quite good. I think, and that's just the thing that puts most pressure on his life total immediately. Could deal with a 3 toughness haster. We could use it on the dog, but I think not, to be honest. Okay. Right, over to my turn. Okay, Midnight Assassin. I think let's just get out the Ascendancy. Could play a Midnight Assassin as well, but I don't think there's actually how much value is there to doing that. I think there's some value, to be honest, because we dump a Goldhound in the graveyard and then it's there to bring back if we sacrifice a 2-drop, and that pumps up my body dropper and just gets more pressure on the board. So I think that kind of makes sense to me. Swooping Protector, okay. It's got a shield. It can stop. What can it stop? The body dropper, I think. The only trouble with Illicit Shipment, I was focused on Hostile Takeover as the card I look for. Now I'm not quite sure what I look for when especially if I do Casualty, but I guess you get the 2 biggest creatures in the deck and just commence the beatdown. Right, it's got Halo Scarab as well. Right, here we've got a few options. So body dropper, you can sacrifice Midnight Assassin to bring back Court Official, and that would make him discard his card. Which seems quite cool to me. We could just... How much damage are we getting through with? We've got like 5, 6 damage. It's black, red to do that. I think we'll play that. I think I'll deal Gone Bad his flyer. Well, we took 2 lands off the top of his deck for him. I think, yeah, body dropper, sack the assassin, bring back Corrupt Court Official. Loses a land. Cool. We swing for 6. I wanted to get a Riveteers Ascendancy trigger, so that was pretty cool. That could have been something nasty he had in his hand. Then we can sack Court Official, get back Goldhound. Oh, that gets him some life. But we get body dropper up to 5 toughness here. Get another menace creature out, which is pretty cool. We could play Illicit Shipment at the end of the turn. I think I'll just play that land, swing in. Like this, he has to block the body dropper, of course. That is sorcery speed, so just thinking, oh, he's gonna block with all of those. Okay. Yep. I think that makes the most sense. Actually kill all of them. What am I doing? What am I doing here? We are taking 6 damage. Yes, we can't sacrifice both our creatures and get to 7 toughness, so yeah. So yeah, we didn't get to see Illicit. Well, I think I'll cast Illicit Shipment this turn because I've got nothing better to do. We won't use the casualty effect. That's fine. We'll just get an awesome card. So yeah, just the biggest creature in the deck will do. Okay, in fact, Plasma Jockey, even better. Blitz out. Okay. Yeah. Just remember, he had a very powerful rollout of creatures. Gala Greeter's turn 2. I think turn 4 was the Celebrity Fencer. So, 2 quite big creatures. But I had the Hostile Takeover plan. I had that in my opening hand, so yeah, got huge value there. So I think Hostile Takeover's already proven itself. I think a very good card to splash. And we saw some late game value as well from the Riveteers Ascendancy. I thought that was quite cool. So we've seen the 2 splash cards already, so that's quite a nice first game to have. I think you can definitely see the value of those cards. We weren't so sure about the tutor. We drew that as well, but yeah, you can just get a big creature with it, I guess. One thing we saw was Hostile Takeover opening hand again, and we can find the island with we can't find the island with that. That finds us a forest. We don't have the right search land, so I don't think we can cast this until we find something relevant. Now, sometimes you use this to find your second swamp. I think I will just find the forest for later on. Now, what we've done there, of course, we've missed out on a turn 2 body dropper, but that was the risk I took there. But there you go, that's fine, that's fine. Of course, we could have saved that, yeah, for the Pyre-Sledge Arsonist trigger. Got to think about these things, right? Now, I can Pyre-Sledge Arsonist now, I think, and with an eye to shooting this out of the sky. I just don't have anything else to sacrifice yet, but that could change. So I'm gonna play him now. Good answer to Sky Crier, I think. Anything with 1 toughness. Oh, okay. Now this is just a 2/2 flying vigilance, right? Because there's no chance he has. Okay, there are some angels in the set. He could have angels, right? Right, so it's right. Here's a play. Body dropper. Sacrifice body dropper to light him up. Oh, yeah. No, doesn't work. Doesn't work. Casualty 2. So this guy. Okay, we're going to play a Midnight Assassin. So I can't quite decide what to do here. But I won't swing in with Arsonist. We'll see if he's got like a whole bunch of angels that come out. Maybe I should have blown this up immediately. Okay. Okay, he's using the removal on that. Okay, that's good. That is what we call sacrifice fodder. It doesn't work with light 'em up though. Okay, backup agent. It is something that could work with body dropper, but that needs black mana to use its ability, so we'd have to top deck a swamp. Okay, right, 2/2 Sky Crier. That's pretty amazing. Okay, I think this might be a light 'em up turn that we do, which means we probably just sacrifice the Arsonist. He does potentially have slip out the back. Okay, my turn. So it's a shame in a way. I guess, well, it's a decision. Sacrifice the body dropper to light him up. Pyre-Sledge Arsonist can then ping his 1/1 creature as well. Or sacrifice the Arsonist to light him up, and we get a 3/3 body dropper. But I do like the Pyre-Sledge Arsonist a lot. I think it's body dropper, because that is a 1 mana activation cost, isn't it? Yes. Okay, here we go. Best light 'em up you've ever seen in your life. Light 'em up with casualty on Giada, Font of Hope. Sacrifice the body dropper. It copies a spell. Shoot the Sky Crier. And ping the backup agent as well into the bargain. That was alright. Almost as good as a Hostile Takeover. Okay, Citizen's Crowbar makes it 2/2. Right, we have the Sizzling Soloist. That's a pretty good one. We don't want to attack into that guy. We'll hold up a land. We can cast everything. There's nothing that costs more than 5 in the deck. We won't attack into that, obviously, and we'll get, say, no attacks and turn. Voice of the Vermin. That's a solid card with shield. Bit of a worry. Makes something a 4/4. Very good with tokens. Okay, we've got double black, so there are things that need double black. We'll just play the swamp. We've got a 1/1 we can chuck in the way of the Voice of the Vermin in a pinch. I think, yeah, we are thinking defense still. We might just trade. Do we trade a soloist for a citizen token? That's... Well, it's going to be a 4/4 citizen token. Sorry, a 5/5 because it's boosted with a crowbar. I think, honestly, we take 5 damage. We take the shield off the Voice of the Vermin so we can kill it. We'll preserve our creatures for the moment. That's another flying creature. Oof. So he's recovered a bit. Because I took out 3 creatures with that, but I did that thing. But that cost me a creature and a card. So right, my turn. So this is where we're seeing how bad Hostile Takeover is when you don't have the mana for it. Dig Up the Body is huge, so that will let us bring back Midnight Assassin, which is our defensive option. And yeah, we could do 2 things. We could can only ping for 1 with Dig Up the Body if we sacrifice the Soloist. But that feels terrible. Let's not do that. Let's just Dig Up the Body. Hopefully we don't get rid of my blue mana. Yeah, we did get rid of some mana. Oh, we can bring that back. So we found blue mana, right? He's probably going to question why I'm taking the Goldhound here, but let's do it. Hopefully he doesn't blow up the Goldhound. He doesn't twig what's going on. Okay, that's not able to block. We can swing in with the Arsonist because I don't think I'm chump blocking with him. So we can only save one of my creatures, so I think it's the Soloist who's going to chump block. And obviously you have to preserve our Goldhound at all costs. And he gets a nice 4/4 lifelink there. So if things go like, okay, we've got to remember, Hostile Takeover can get counterspelled. That could happen. So I think Soloist trades with Voice of the Vermin. That's the biggest threat here. We're taking 6. It's not great. He's going to gain 4 life off this, and he still has 3 cards in hand. Oh, okay, sweet. He's used 3 mana, so if I hit 7 mana, I can beat the 2-point power sink. Hey, we even found the Brokers Hideout here, but he could have. There is a 1 blue counterspell. It's not a power sink. It's just you give your opponent 2 treasures to counter a non-creature spell. I've got to remember Brokers Hideout. Yeah, okay, I think it's Hostile Takeover time with Goldhound. I don't think we tap, we put out our mountain. Do it like this. Just thinking. Target creature to become a 1/1. That seems like a good idea. You become a 4/4. Auto pay. Sweet. And then combat, we just swing in for 4. No point pinging something for 4. I think we'll hold this in the hand. And do we want to play a mountain? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and play a mountain. Go. But we're down to 5 life. So he's got 2 cards left. He's got a crowbar. He's got a big creature. Yeah, it's not ideal. You can make it a 5/5. Okay, we have a Mayhem Patrol. We can get to 6 life points. Brokers Hideout. We could blitz this. Draw another card, because the chance of me draw, the only out here is to. Okay, so he'll be able to block next turn. Mayhem Patrol will draw me a card if I blitz it. Otherwise, because it is just a chomp blocker for 1 turn. We will Brokers Hideout to gain a life point and put an island in play. And we probably just chomp block with the Arsonist. Okay. I feel like I've wiped his board twice, and he's still crushing me here. We'd have a chomp blocker. Good game. And he had removal as well as about 50 creatures. Still, that was, I think, an entertaining game, with a bit of back and forth. He just had a bit more staying power. And he did have one of those cantrip cards I've been talking about to make a 4/4. That's starting to seem like a pretty good card. That gained him 4 life, I think. Did me 2 extra damage. But that's 2 games where I've had Hostile Takeover in the opening hand. We got to see Pyre-Sledge Arsonist do some stuff there as well, which is quite cool. Right, so this guy's in Platinum. Should be a very good test. We have an excellent rollout here. Goldhound, Court Official, and then defensively we could do Midnight Assassin, or we could do Pyre-Sledge Arsonist. If he's got maybe 1 toughness creatures, that might be the best thing to play. That's one of our splash colours, that's nice. So yeah, Hostile Takeover will be castable. Okay, and that's going to be the other splash colour as well. The only other thing is we'll need double black. I think I'll Court Official now before I attack. Okay, Disdainful Stroke is gone. And so that's his 3rd colour. I guess it makes sense. These are, of course, if you see 2 opposing colours, you know it's got to be the allied colour. With both of them, that it's going to be the 3rd colour. Unless they're doing something crazy. So he has... This is threatening. This becomes a 3/3 lifelink, which is incredibly bad news a lot of the time. So I think the better one to play is the Midnight Assassin. Now I've drawn another Riveteers Overlook. I think we play the island. I'll swing with the Goldhound. Oh, good point. Good point. I think we've got to play next turn with Pyre-Sledge Arsonist, because this is you can sacrifice this, you can sacrifice Goldhound. So we could do 2 damage to this newsy before it flips, in theory. Which could be huge, but you never know. He might have another newsy. He might be able to do some mill, some discard. There's discard. He's got Informant. He needs 2 things in the graveyard. Okay, that was just an island he got rid of. Okay, that gets through. He's got 2 mana up. Now that's significant. We've got double black, so that's cool. we use Overlook to get a forest. Right, we sack the Goldhound to play a Midnight Assassin. We'll have 1 mana left. And then we'll do 2 damage to the Newsy. And we'll just hold the Court Official back to block with because we can ping the Informant next turn. Ooh, Celestial Regulator. Does he have any tokens? Okay. So this triggers off sacrificing creatures. I think we pop with the Rafines. Obviously, the Lackey has something it can do from the graveyard, which you're not too keen on. So yeah, Overlook happens. We'll get another Swamp out. We ping the... We need black, red, green, don't we? Ping the Informant. Play the Ascendancy. And we do not attack. I think we're going to hope we top deck some things now, because we have taken some land out of the deck. Oh yeah, it's just the Celestial Regulator spam. I think, yeah, I won't block with the Court Official. That's not a good trade. No, we are just going to draw lands now, I think. He's got a really big card there when he hits 7 mana, but he's at least a bit short of mana, so that's not going to be a threat for a while. He's got 1 card in hand. I don't think I need 3 land in hand. I think I'll play a second mountain. I don't think I can attack at all, so I'll just say next. But yeah, that was a very good Pyre-Sledge Arsonist moment there. He's taken out 2 creatures already, so I think we just have to trade off like that. Oh, that's horrendous. Right. We just gradually lose to this as well, so it's sort of... And in fact, we lose a lot quicker because he just has the advantage on the board now. But we've got Illicit Shipment. Okay, we need to... we don't have 3 power. Okay, so it's the good moment for Illicit Shipment. We're not dead next turn, and we can find precisely the card which will clear this board as well. So I think that's what we do, and we hope he doesn't have a counterspell. This could be the best ever Illicit Shipment we're going to ever see. Yeah, Hostile Takeover is the card. Thank you. Right. I'll keep 2 lands in hand to discard. I think there's usually a black card that makes you discard 2. Okay. Yeah, let's take a point of damage from that. Okay, yes, good time to block Expendable Lackey. Now he might blow up my Pyres. Yeah, I think Court Official just blocks like that. I think that is fine because he's going to die anyway. We just hope he makes the goldfish during his turn. Oh, beautiful. Hypnotic Grifter, another creature with 2 toughness. That's what we want to see. So he's not going to get the goldfish, unfortunately, but hopefully the Pyre-Sledge Arsonist can kill it at a later date. Good news, he's tapped his blue. He doesn't, so he can't cast a counter spell. I think it's going to work. Okay, my turn. We've even got a Court Official. If we think somehow that's going to save his dudes, but then it means losing the Court Official, of course. So, I mean, I'll feel pretty sick if he saves Quasar here. Yes, I think you... Let's not be greedy, right? Court Official. Just make sure we've got the right mana available as well. Court Official, make him discard that card, whatever it is. He's going to tap out to Connive, and that's going to be a 2-3. It's not going to be tough enough to save you. Broker's Veteran goes in there. I take a point of damage from Quasar. That's a revelation of power. Oh my goodness. Yes, it was a +2/+2. Would have saved Quasar. So, for once I made the right decision. Okay, we Hostile Takeover. You're going to be a 1/1. You're going to be a 4/4. Very nice indeed. Swing in for 4. And he does have the goldfish, which hopefully I can find something. Okay, Celestial Regulator number, just off the top of the deck. Number 3. Okay, so that just finishes me off in 4 turns. We'll play a Soloist. We won't attack. Goldfish. Does that speed up the clock? Is it still 4 turns? It'll be 2, 3, 3. It's 3 turns. 3 turn clock. So, assuming I draw nothing, which, yeah. It's still 2 mana away from the Angel. That's sort of a small mercy. Oh, okay, now we might be onto something. Just the body dropper has to... Right. Sack a Soloist, bring back... Haha, a Midnight Assassin. I think we might have found a way out of this. We play the body dropper first. The goldfish cannot block. Soloist swings in for 3. Yes. The body dropper sacks the Soloist. We bring back the Midnight Assassin. And we ping the goldfish. Whew. That felt pretty good. Yeah, Riveteers Ascendancy is good. That's a tapped Midnight Assassin, so he still take the 2 damage. He's on 13. We don't have enough damage to kill the guy, but it is a lot, isn't it? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. He gets sacked at the end of the turn. That would pump the body dropper and let the Pyre-Sledge Arsonist ping something. I think we swing for 5 and just set up lethal next turn. This actually brings something back from the graveyard. If we do it this way, we get back a Corrupt Court official and make him discard. Right? Because of Riveteers Ascendancy. Yeah. So, I think, yeah, it's Plasma Jockey Blitz. If we can sack 3 things, we could shoot the regulator out of the sky as well. That should be 8 damage. Right, end the turn. Whatever you're holding is getting discarded. So we've got a Corrupt Court official. That's getting to 4. So it's better be something good that you can cast instantly. It's another... Oh, it was the... Another Shattered Seraph? Okay. Faster end turn. But he's only on 5 mana. He needs 7 mana for these things. Nimble Arsonist. The Conceits. Wow. What a game. That's got to be one of my best games. Yeah, ever. Certainly in draft. There was a kind of a tricky little line there to find. But we got there. We got there. Right, straight on to the next one. Let's not slow down. So, got to 2 wins. It's encouraging. Hostile Takeover is, yeah, absolutely crucial. But Riveteers Ascendancy is putting in some work as well. That won me that game. 100%. Okay, it's all mountains. We have a Goldhound. We have another Hostile Takeover. If we can top deck a swamp, we've got like a turn 5 Hostile Takeover again. We have nothing turn 2 and turn 3, but it's interesting, I think. The only land in fact, if we top deck any land at all, the only land that doesn't work is if it's the forest in the deck. As long as we can top deck a land, let's say before turn 4, then we've got the sweeper to try and reset the board with. Then hopefully we can stabilize after that. Grifter, turn 1. Oof. It's the forest. What did I say? That is literally the only thing that yeah, doesn't make the combo work. But there you go. I did curse myself there. We're never going to block with the Goldhound, so we may as well attack because it's got menace. So, swamp or island or search land would be good. Okay, this is a tough one because I want to keep my lands. I want to keep my Wrecking Crew. I want to keep my Takeover. I think we lose Deal Gone Bad, as painful as it is. I don't trust my deck to give me Two lands. Ouch. Got swamp. Okay, very good. Very, very good indeed. This guy stays on defense to hold the court official back. So we're not... Well, we'll see what he does now. Sparring Overseer, okay. Okay. So, yeah, takeover next turn. He's tapped out, so he can't counterspell it. But I don't get a huge advantage. He's still got 5 cards in hand. I think we'll go to my turn. Okay, murder. We will need double black. I'm thinking we hold out. We'll play Wrecking Crew next turn. See if because he might follow up with more creatures. He might have removal, but we'll just have to see. But isn't it ridiculous when you get your sort of your bomb card every game, every opening hand? Doesn't seem right, but there you go. I'm going to take 3 damage. Okay, another mountain. We can play a Wrecking Crew now. We'll just see if he counterspells this. No. I think I'll keep the Goldhound back. I don't see... I feel this is getting removed, so... Okay, Swooping Protector. That is annoying. So that is gonna survive the Hostile Takeover. We'll go ahead and block the Protector, trying to take that shield token off. See if he has a combat trick. Yeah, definitely good to see that out of his hand, and yeah, he's hit me with Deal Gone Bad, so yeah, he had removal. He's tapped out though. We've taken a dangerous flyer out of his hand though. He's down to 4 cards. My turn. So it's not all doom and gloom. And we've got double black for the murder, which is fantastic. But, so what we're looking at next turn is taking like 5 damage. He's completely tapped out. He can't counterspell Hostile Takeover, so this seems like the right time for it. Up to 1. You don't have to choose a creature to make 4/4. So I think it's a Hostile Takeover turn. You're a 1/1. Submit 0. Let's make my Goldhound bigger, but then sacrifice it. It'd be funny if I fizzled my own spell because I sacrificed one of the targets. That would be hilarious. Right. So he's doing way better than me in terms of cards here. Dropped a Halo Scarab. Yeah, because he had Corrupt Court Official, so I lost a card, and then he had Overseer to draw a card. That's what it comes down to. Okay, I think we don't like the idea of taking 4 damage next turn. We can't really stop it with the Court Official, so... Girder Goons blitzed in, so still going to take 4 damage. He's drawing another card, it's coming back as a 2-2. Pretty brutal. Okay. So, Mayhem Patrol and Court Official can block a 2-2 together, I suppose. That's not great. I think that's better than blitzing the Mayhem Patrol. Just about. Not that much better, though. We've already hit our big creature. That's been taken care of. We've lost 2 Plasma Jockeys. It means it gets us closer to the cool stuff in the deck, but I don't know. I think I need to use this as a blocker. I'm on 9. I'm on 9 life, so double block. What's the worst that could happen? He's going to have another huge creature. Okay. Oh boy. Yeah, it's the really bad one for my Death Toucher. So he can get first strike. Isn't going to work out well for me. But just look at these guys they take a Hostile Takeover like it's nothing, and they just roar back. And we've had Revel Ruiner, Girder Goons, and these guys, Ballroom Brawlers. He's going for first strike. I'm going to go for no blocks. I'm going to just soak up some damage because there's value I can get if I can draw a casualty card here. Yeah, or a sacrifice outlet. If I can get this guy up to 4 toughness, then we might be onto something. Okay. Or I could just block this guy with everything and hope for the best. Still got 3 cards left. Oh no, this is a nice rare card with Death Touch and Haste, and it makes Devils. That's a nightmare. And he's got removal as well, so he just has everything. I can only sack one of my creatures to this onslaught. I don't have the mana. Otherwise, Hold for Ransom we can get rid of next turn. It doesn't do us much good. Right, let's figure out what's going on here. It's got first strike. Got a devil. If we block the devil kills Body Dropper, unfortunately. Except we can make him a 3/3, which is quite good. I think Midnight Assassin has to stop the Diabolist next turn. I think that's the only possibility there. Let's go to the blockers. I think we block here. And we do block the devil, even though he's going to make another devil. 2 blockers. And because he gets that immediately, he gets to be 3/3. So I think maybe we can get away with it. And we will now sack the Court Official. one, take another one probably. Yeah. Well, let's dig up the body. That is a much cheaper way of resolving a hold for ransom. That's pretty cool. So let's just count the mana here. I will just play this land, I think. Got 7 mana, so we've got yeah, we can dig up the body, sack that, and replay that because we need that to. And that will get a body dropper to 4/4, which lets it block a Ballroom Brawlers effectively. Okay, this is pretty exciting, right? Haven't totally planned this out. Don't know what the second creature I'm getting back is. So it's definitely Midnight Assassin. We've only got 4 mana, by the way. That resolves that one. Could get another Midnight Assassin. We could, if we want more blockers now, we get a Goldhound. If we want a really big blocker next turn, we get a Wrecking Crew. Let's get the Wrecking Crew back. Let's play the Midnight Assassin. Might be the wrong thing to do, but I'll take it on the chin. So I could have had a 1-drop as well to block the Devil coming in. So Body Dropper's going to block the Brawlers, and Death Toucher can block that. Hopefully. Oh right, it's going to get Shattered Seraph. That's a 4/4 flyer, so Wrecking Crew is actually... he's going to tap something down, so that's a bit of a disaster. And horrible things happen now. So yeah, he had removal. If I did have that other blocker, I'd have had more options. I could have... obviously, the Midnight Assassin would be free to block the Diabolist. The 1/1 could block the Brawlers and save me. I kind of played as if in the hope he didn't have removal, but yeah, that is that's my fault. Okay, good game, I think here. So Assassin has to block that, otherwise we die. 2 damage goes through. Okay, we have a Corrupt Court Official. We'll Wrecking Crew first. Court Official next. He's getting 1 damage through. We got rid of the Dusk Mangler. That's good news. He could have top decked a Swamp. It looks like we're definitely taking 1 damage next turn. At least. If he swings with everything. And he didn't top deck some more removal. So, what's that? Oh, of course, First Strike, Death Touch. Just twigged. It took me a while. Yes, you can't win against First Strike, Death Touch unless you have a First Strike, Death Toucher. It's pretty horrendous. So the Wrecking Crew kills the flyer there. The Body Dropper soaks up the Ballroom Brawlers. Court Official's got to block this. If we block the Devil, we die. 1 damage goes through. He's getting his Angel next turn, so unfortunately he won because I can't stop this combo. What did this guy survive this game? I think we got the yeah, we had the dodgy start. We had like a turn 6 Hostile Takeover. We had a Murder to follow up his next creature, and then the creatures just didn't stop coming. Okay, no attacks, and then turn. Let him think about what I might have in my hand. Yeah. So actually, I think the correct move here, you put Body Dropper in front of the Brawlers, Wrecking Crew here, 2 blockers. Obviously this is going to die to first strike, Death Touch. So you sack that, it becomes a 5/5. We lose anyway, but I think that would be the correct block, because at least we take out the Brawlers. I mean, you know, you sort of wonder, hang on, could I have got that guy to 5/5 earlier and done that? But yeah, maybe. I was under so much pressure, hard to tell. But there we go, 2 and 2. I think we're in it's quite a challenging, quite challenging matchups we're running into here. But I like my deck. I feel like 4 games out of 4 we've had Hostile Takeover, and it's only won 2 of the games. So we're coming up against some quite resilient decks. I think the decks with all the card draw cards are card draw creatures, connive creatures, cantrip spells are doing pretty well, funnily enough. Now the Overlook, that's the one that gets the forest. I think, I think we keep 7. We don't play the Overlook. We hold it for later on, and we've got 3-drop, 4-drop. I mean, 5 lands. I guess it's it's not bad, but it's not the best either. We might get run over here. We just don't have enough. Might not have enough answers. We've top decked our forest. Yeah, there we go. This can get me my 2nd swamp in that case. That's quite good. So we are going first, which might take the pressure off slightly. Okay, light them up. We'll go ahead and play the forest and Midnight Assassin. So green and black could be, yeah, probably Riveteers then, because these are enemy colours, which both ally with red. So that is a light 'em up target. Do we just use it now? If it gets black, green, red, I'm thinking they don't have a huge complement of flyers. But I think because we've got creatures in hand, I think we soloist. Just build up our creatures here. We will swing in for 1, and we'll probably let the climber hit me. I'll let the climber hit me. I won't trade off. Okay, Goons, nice. So, sort of changes the equation. That's 7 damage coming in. Do we want to trade with the soloist? I think, no. We'll take 7. Draw a card off that. He's going to get a couple of 2/2s, which are... They are going to be fuel for light 'em up. Well, the Plasma Jockey, they're going to be targets for light 'em up. Plasma Jockey will blitz, we'll swing with everything, then we'll light them up and take out the 2 creatures. That seems pretty good, doesn't it? Could even, when we hit 8 mana, there's the Plasma Jockey Illicit Shipment combo as well. But this looks like the best thing to do now, and we will have enough mana to do it if we play the Untapped Mountain. That's the other thing to check as well. That would be embarrassing. Right, yes, that's... As long as we blitz this, this is fine. Right. So yeah, we swing back for 7 as well, and then we have a follow-up. Then we draw a card, which is nice. Yeah, I was just thinking, I bet he's got another Girdagoons in his hand. I've not been drafting any Girdagoons at all. So, who's winning this? So, he's winning, he's ahead on life points here. I could block with a Sizzling Soloist. But also I'm swinging in for 4 damage. I'm gaining a life point here, so that's quite good. Double black, obviously for Illicit Shipment. And attack. Like that. I'm going to think about what we want to cast with Illicit Shipment. And if we want to sacrifice the Soloist to get 2 cards. Okay. Right, are we dead on board next turn? Is the first question. Because, yeah, we might, if we sacrifice Soloist to get 2 cards. Well, first of all, yeah, he's got a 4/4 that gets through. That's a 4/4. 6. That's 9 damage. So 1 removal card, and I'm just dead. I'm just dead outright. So I think I'll Illicit Shipment without sacrificing anything, and hopefully we survive, and we get the card, and we'll play. Okay, Brokers Hideout just gets me a life point. I think we play Riveteers Outlook to gain a life point because it might be crucial. And we are just going to try and survive here. No attacks. And we need to take the shield off the Voice of the Vermin. Good game, good game. Okay. Duskmangle is pretty good. Okay. I lose 4 life here, so that's a problem. Right, we'll drop the, I guess, the Soloist. We'll drop Brokers Hideout. Isn't that useful? We've got the island in hand, so we're okay. We take 4. Who's getting to be a 4/4? That's going to be a 4/4. 5 damage is going through, so we're dead. Nice. Yeah, 2 Girdagoons. That destroyed me. Okay, Midnight Assassin blocks there, and that's it. We're out. 2 and 3. We went. My deck performed well. I think all 5 games I had Hostile Takeover, but yeah, that shows you the maybe the weakness of Illicit Shipment. It was, yeah, turned too late. Turned too late for the. I underestimated his potential there. I didn't think, oh yeah, he's going to play Dusk Mangler next turn, definitely, and kill me. It's interesting. You'd have thought the light him up play, take out 2 of his creatures, clear his board. That would do something to slow him down. But no, I think this is the problem we had all the way through. Wiping the board, and they just roar back. Still, fun deck. Slightly disappointing result. I'd thought this would go at least 50-50, but yeah, I think it's the cantrips and the card draw are making the difference, and the blitz for my opponents. That's just keeping their level of aggression up, keeping their options up as well. Right. So yeah, obviously Hostile Takeover. That was the. I seem to get this, as I say, got it every game. I was a turn away from casting it there and saving the game. But for a Dusk Mangler. Riveteers Ascendancy we splashed for as well. Do not regret it. This won me at least one of my 2 games, so this is definitely worth playing and quite interesting, I think. It's got there's lots of various loops with this card. But I think it's the best one is with just blitzing out a Plasma Jockey, and then it's a 4-mana creature. So you can bring back a Midnight Assassin. That seems like a pretty good combination. So Pyre-Sledge Arsonist was really cool as well. He had one really good game. He killed a couple of creatures, killed a 2/2, and then a 1 toughness creature. So that was awesome as well. Body Dropper. Not used this guy that much. When I saw the card for the first time, I thought that's ridiculously good. That's a fantastic payoff for the sacrifice decks. So, but not used him that much. But yeah, definitely very good indeed. Light 'em up was good. Definitely, and we used the casualty effect a few times to clear the board. Here we go. Here's the card we never actually saw. Yeah. Very good card, obviously. Tenacious Underdog, played in Constructed. Didn't see it in any of the 5 games, but we can't complain. I think I'll take the Hostile Takeover. Of course, we did find this a couple of times with Illicit Shipment. I think if you do have the board wipe, Illicit Shipment may be playable. I think in that last game, obviously, yeah, Dusk Mangler had other ideas, but yeah, quite interesting. And then just, I guess the rest of the cards we're pretty familiar with. I think it was a very good idea having 2 Goldhounds for mana fixing, for sacrifice, for everything. I think that was pretty decent. And the mana base seemed to work. It seemed to perform. Didn't have too many problems. I mean, had that opening hand I kept that was just 3 mountains and Goldhound, and that kind of, I had the Hostile Takeover in hand. I said, right, if I top deck any land apart from a forest, then I'm good. And I top deck the forest the very next turn. That was the amusing moment. I think that was probably the game I lost after using the takeover, when he just had loads of big creatures to follow up with. But yeah, I think I seem to be. The theme here was suffering a bit in the late game against just one big creature, one big threat after another. So you wonder if, looking at my mana curve, but I think, could I have more big creatures? I think if we look at what I had here, join the Maestros, could just flood the board with big blockers. I don't know if that would have made much difference, but certainly. Oh yeah, so one of the problems I had was the ballroom brawlers and the maestro's diabolist combo. So that unfortunately that wouldn't have helped against that. So could I have played Sticky Fingers? I think it's this is the kind of deck where you could play Sticky Fingers. What would you? I guess you'd decide what would you drop for it. Maybe a deal gone bad. I don't know really. Revel Ruiner we dropped. Again, don't know if that would have made too much difference. Ditto for Masked Bandits. Riveteers Charm. Yeah, this could have been a good removal spell. That would have taken out the Ballroom Brawlers. We did have a problem with high mana value creatures, I think, fair to say. Yeah. Anyway, that was still main thing. I had fun, and I think my deck was good. And I did make some cool plays. I had that. There was that game where I had to find quite a tricky line with Pyre-Sledge Arsonist, Riveteers Ascendancy. I think it was probably a blitzing in a Plasma Jockey. That felt good. So. Right, I have added this to decks. I think I'll just do that just in case. Yeah, get our 200 gems. Anyway, so that is a video. Thanks for watching.